It feels like Kwangdong Freaks kind of outthought themselves.
Yeah.
Like they banned the Camille expecting the Azir pick to come in, as that is Annie. I really want it to be locked in. There it is, Bulldog! Gonna be playing the Annie, thank goodness, finally! It's ridiculously powerful pick is actually picked in the mid lane.
A player who is very much on the cusp of solo queue trends. He plays a ton of solo queue. His playstyle almost embodies solo queue and how he lanes and how he plays aggressively. It has been one of his greatest strengths, but also one of his greatest weaknesses.
And so, Wolf, is this
Hold
Peanuts?
on.
Oh, okay, never mind. Oh my goodness, that Peacemaker value was absurd.
It doesn't take away his stun either, so he could just kind of come up here and every time Chovy wants to Q trade, he actually trades up with his heroes.
We've never had an Annie mid in the LCK.
That is insane. That's hard to believe.
That is nuts. I guess the LCK doesn't go back to Season 1, which is when I played the majority of my Annie mid. It was a bit sad.
Did not go very well. As Peanut's down here early, just Peanut things, no vision.
Oh, no slow onto Taeyun there as well, but they're going to still look for this as Jun is their target. And Chovy is now walking around in his gravity field, and Bulldog should be able to grab First Blood. Oh no! First Blood goes to Gen G as Pays looks for it. Oh, the flash was very cute. Taeyun's going to have to flash to get out of the way of that one, and Pays not going to pick up the second kill for Gen G.
We'll see what he picks up. He does miss the First Blood, as you mentioned. I don't know if that will be shown here, but either way, this is just a really nice stun setup here for the Wukong. And Chovy, it was an interesting flash there. Chovy just walks it out here knowing he is dead. And down here on the bottom side, Peanut just extremely patient, waits for Jun to flash, flashes onto him, stun comes through. He did. And then Pays wants to flash for this. Makes setting up for those tibbers, setting up for those big stuns in team fights very difficult and very punishable. As here we go.
Yep, Chovy once again going to stand on his gravity field, but there's the bear, and there is another kill for Youngjae. See how Bulldog's disintegrates are going now as we check this one out.
Look at no 6 here for Bulldog. And he's calling out the gank here. Let's go.
Yeah, and hits level 6.
6. Tibbers him for the stun. Got him. Yep. I didn't hear what he said there at the end.
Doran's also starting to have a much better time, as it appears, towards this top side. As Dudu's going to, ult him. Let's see whether the Mega Gnar can actually come through in time, as it should. As, yep, Doran going to be able to activate that one whenever he wants to. As Dudu, without very many resistances, not too worried by the looks of things, just because if he's the one aggressing, it doesn't really matter.
Yep.
All right, Doran, can you find anything? Nara's going to be avoided. That looked a little bit silly.
Oh,
Doran.
The angle was almost good. Like, if he actually pushes him into the turret before the minion is in range, he takes an extra turret shot, and then Doran can then... And, you know, as Kwangdong Freaks, you had a nice lead, but kind of started to lose control.
Well, Doran going to look for a little bit more here as he does unstoppable the first bit, but there's too much CC in this combo. That is going to be a kill going over to Doran. Just patient play from Peanut.
As Bulldog does have his ult back up, they're just going to toss this Rift Herald into mid, try to get him some extra plate gold, but this is delayed.
Yeah, it is going to take a bit of damage as Peanut just going to take a bear to the head, and he does not want to deal with that. Chaos Storm not able to do enough either. And Rift Herald, I believe, was denied.
Yeah, denied, but
at what cost?
Peanut's dead, and this should be Kwangdong Freaks getting this Drake.
And yep, that's an interesting time for the upgrade of the teleport as he sidesteps the Q, and Doran will be fine. Doesn't have to flash. Ghost now on cooldown for Dudu. And the Cassante feeling like it's in a more rough position. And honestly, like, the Gnar matchup into Cassante is starting to feel like the matchup that it was supposed to be. As the mini Gnar, so annoying, the final hyper proc going to be enough. Weren't all that much of an issue. But in situations like this, right, like when you're not quite able to lock down the Gnar and then he can just chase you down the lane, like, maybe that didn't happen. No. It was an interesting maneuver. As, all right, we'll see whether this Rift Herald can actually get a charge as the rest of Gen G moving on over. Peanut's going to charge, and Shirley's going to attempt to. There she goes. So, some damage to the turret is going to happen as now Youngjae, Taeyun, right here as Doran's going to hit Mega at exactly the right time. Hits 2 Wukongs with his W, and now the Glacial Prison gets massive value. Why hasn't Peanut been playing this champion more often? As Pays gonna take the kill on the Annie, and Peanut definitely did his time.
He played so much of the Sejuani, the Trundle against Sejuani.
Okay, it's a lot of damage once again. As Chovy's not gonna get that kill either. Pays once again stealing it away from the guy that just wants to get to 1500. Like, come on, man. That's all right. Doran going to hop on top of the Rift Scuttler, and Youngjae going to be slowed down here momentarily. Chovy is trying to get some kills, but Taeyun's going to survive and go back home.
This is greedy from Dudu here. We'll see if he can pull it off.
Greedy or desperate. We'll see which one it's going to be, and it's neither. That's just a real dead Gnar. As Chovy teleports in, let's see what they can find here as Peanut throws out the Glacial Prison, finds it onto Dudu. As now Death Ray flying on through once again. Gravity Field does come down as the slowdown onto Bulldog going to be there. Jun throwing some bees towards Genji.
And you trade teleport for the Cassante and the Victor, and he ends up getting away with it. Doran not able to defend himself there with Mega Gnar.
And yeah. So, Chovy lives to see another day this time around. This minion wave coming on through as Peanut and Delight. They'll turn up as well. And Delight is just speeding after them, finds himself the Mantra Q onto Youngjae, connects the rope, and there's the Glacial Prison. Peanut hasn't missed one of those tonight. That is another kill going over to Doran. Another assist for Chovy.
It feels like
through gritted teeth.
It feels like the hitbox of that is just bigger for Chovy, or rather for Peanut, than anyone else.
Right?
The ultimate. It's crazy how many of these he could just line up, and that's a dead turret. This is going to be a dead Annie.
That's a very dead Annie, and that's another kill to Doran! 1,500, guys. You can make it to 1,500 today. Like, you know, if we're not already circling the drain, that's a pretty pivotal point. As Doran is going to find Youngjae, and there is a Glacial Prison. I think that's the first one that Peanut hasn't actually found, but it was Flash.
Zoning.
So I guess you still count it.
Yeah, zoning prison there.
Yeah. A glacial zone.
Well, I mean, Annie has level 16. Could flash for Tibbers here, but they need to be on the objective. He's taking the long way around because they don't have vision through this choke.
Oh, Jin just walks
Bulldog.
That's unfair. That's all right. Peanuts is going to take the Baron. Guangdong Freaks, can they find a team fight? Bulldog up towards the top side like you were talking about. He does have to flash to get out of here. The Molten Shield does allow him to run pretty quickly, but oh dear. There is an angry Poro, and Chovy, he gets his first kill. I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to get back to you. Thankfully, this is the best of 3. So we've got time as Dudu almost kills Taeyun there with his little dash to his teammate as Doran gets behind this turret that is now no longer there. Another minion wave crashes as there is an R onto... Oh, that was beautiful. The wallop just fantastic onto Youngjae, who's just cycloning his way out of this situation. He burns down. It's the second kill for Chovy, and he makes it to 1,500. Absolutely fantastic. Peanut's going to go down. But so is this inhibitor, and there it is. We got to use the lower third in this game. Isn't it glorious? Tib is also getting amongst it here, trying to take down Chovy, who says thanks for the 50 gold, and he wants the other 50 gold as well. Now trying to get this flank towards the side. And Doran goes golden. Dudu not going to be able to find the knock-up with his Q, and now the Nexus is exposed. Doran hits the Mega, and now it looks like we're just going to be finishing this one off as there's another one, 1,501! My goodness, Chovy just rolling in the kills now. Is that going to be another one? That is just absurdity as he flashes and walks through the wall.
Yeah, you know, you're not going to hold that top 10 forever, and we got a lot of LCK left in our lifetimes.
Yeah, and it should be fine. Should be fine. Chovy does a hell of a lot of damage. Like,
now, as the Varus lane here, you have a tough choice to make. You know, Heimerdinger very weak on this patch.
Pyke is fun.
Delight's Nautilus, though. And I didn't think we'd get to see it after game 1. I was like, it's not going to be a day where we get to see Delight's Nautilus. You know, any Melee Delight enjoyers besides me. Like, I'm like, anybody? I didn't think we were going to get to see it, but...
for Genji, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
And
you're basically saying, like, all right, well, we're trading off of lane power here in order to have engage later. Arrows are going to do a lot. Doran has no idea about Youngjae.
Might have a bit of an idea now as he does miss the Shock Blast. Doran taking a bit of damage. Might have to go for the Fat Flash, and there it is. Nails it. Immediately after him, Dudu comes in, though, as... Oh, no! Unable to find it. Youngjae not able to follow up. That was real sad. I believe Q was still on cooldown, something like that, or it was a misplay. As Peanut thinking about sneaking over. The vision really good here for Guangdong Freaks. And they're playing with a lot of respect.
So much respect here. Even without seeing Peanut, they're even going to replace this ward as it times out. Peanut knows the timing of this pretty well. But also, like, they haven't been that far up. Like, look at this timing of Peanut. It's insane.
Yeah, immediately. The hook is going to connect there as Jun's going to flash immediately. Taeyun knew what was going on, but I don't know whether they can even stop this as Jun has to move out of the way, and he manages to get the kill. But goes down in the first place as Delight tanking some Mystic shots as that was an interesting cleanse. As Dudu has Jun now behind him.
Doran still doesn't have his flashback. See how greedy he gets.
Yeah, Dudu as well, flashless, but does have the teammate.
Yeah, they should see, or they should have identified that there's no Jun in the bot lane, so this Karma is somewhere else. And Chovy's not in mid, so like, where could she be? Doran definitely, I think, reading this pretty well. Like, this just doesn't add up.
Yeah, I like the defensive play, as he's going to get a fair bit of damage down onto Dudu, but still, with no flash available, I think Doran should be dead here as he tries to walk it out, but Kuldamik is going to be there, and unfortunately...
for Doran not having his flash and getting out of that.
Oh, okay, well, Peanut's over the wall. Youngjae going to use his Warrior Trickster to avoid the Winter's Wrath as Dudu comes around. Pays is going to be in here, but Peanut is just dead. This was, remember, game one was Genji just knowing all of the plays.
Yeah.
And this is Kwangdong Freaks just running the map.
I mean, your Varus is not in a game state where he could just carry a team fight here. You don't have vision, and Peanut's just over the wall.
As now they're looking to try and take down Dudu. Delight doesn't have 6 just yet. Wants to be able to get on in here and make something happen as... yeah, 1 versus 3 underneath the turret. Let's see how Dudu's going to do as he does manage to get the dominance back up. That flash was really cute as Delight tanks the turret for about infinity amounts of time, and they are able to grab it, but that was pretty close.
Yeah, that was actually really sick from Dudu. He played that so cleanly as Delight just walks up and ignites him to tank the turret, and then the flash angle was just really so unexpected as we'll see if FaZe can survive here top side.
Yeah, well, it's going to be real difficult, but he's able to get a kill back. You love to see it. Youngjae able to get out of the way of the turret aggro, but man, 1 for 1, you'll take those.
Yeah. TP coming up here to try to defend some more of this turret here. And Pays is rushing back as quickly as he can. Doran just TP'd top, and he was unseen on his recall timer here.
Oh, man. That's a very dead Jun.
Well, never mind in terms of setting up for this Drake. I was like, all right, well, Doran's not there. He backed. They don't know. You're going to have to play this slow. Well,
yeah.
I mean, they're going to try to make a play on both bottom and top at the same time. Peanut's over here.
Crucial Barrage goes to Narnia as Peanut comes on in here. Let's see what they can actually get done as Pays can't get the kill. Peanut is able to lock that one down. The flash from Bulldog as he puts a bear on top of the pig. There's animals everywhere as the Incinerate doesn't land, but the Disintegrate absolutely does. And Peanut just decides to hit Tibbers because he knew that he was dead. Youngjae over here, but could be somewhat greedy. Doran in the area. Jun's going to move on over. There's the flash, gets the tether as Delight in position. There's the depth charge. Pays sidesteps the ulti. You love to see it as Taeun once again going to throw out the cleanse as Youngjae moves on over. And Pays is going to survive. Man, Delight is super good at this video game.
And all the while, this top turret is getting removed from the map. Doran is pushing up here with Peanut shadowing. And plates fall away, so you don't get anything out of this, unfortunately. Trying to set up a follow-up dive with this Flash Wukong.
Yeah, Delight actually coming over here, seeing whether they can dissuade Youngjae from going for any potential dive. As Delight finds a point-blank dredge line, and I think he's still dead. Yep, there he goes. So, as the arrows flying in, not exactly the scariest ones, as yeah, there's a Shock Blast. 50% Jun's health. And now they're going for it. Bulldog, can you find the kill onto Delight? Yes, they can, but immediately the Karma goes down as well. Emperor's Divide going to be used defensively to get rid of this Wukong as the Shock Blasts are raining from the north. My goodness. Doran just off to the side, playing a very different video game.
I like how Dudu is on top of Doran with ult and flash, and yet still Doran is at full health and Shock Blaster landing.
Yeah, I didn't. Wait, did that happen?
Like he's just not able to stop Doran from making an impact in this fight. Okay, Doran very aggressively forward now.
Yeah, he certainly is. As this fight over the Drake is getting a little bit dicey. Okay, they do manage to stun up Doran, who does a front flip onto Dudu, immediately flashes out as the Disintegrate was placed quite beautifully, and the Jace does eventually go down. And now the Drake is going to be secured by Kwangdong Freaks as Chovy and Doran both died.
Yeah, this game is definitely not the peak performance that we've seen from Genji this season.
Well, there's a hook. Pays is here as well. He's got a lot of auto attack damage, and there it is. Does still respect the Renekton a lot and is going to flash away, but still picks up another kill. 3-2-2 now on the Varus.
Herald crashes through. This game is just non-stop craziness.
Yeah, it's just constantly fighting for these objectives as Chovy going to get out of there. Peanut may not be so lucky, but he does have Doran coming up to the side as Bulldog finds himself a double stun as he drops Tibbers. Delight not as tanky as he wants to be as Gen G. They will successfully back away.
Pace is like not even here.
Pace getting taken down very low as Tibbers, oh my goodness, okay, Pace almost dies. Is now wanting to lifesteal himself back to relative health as the Chemtech Drake now alive. Soul Point on the cards for Kwangdong Freaks, but they can't take these shock blasts.
Peanut's over here, and they can get Chovy into position, and that Leandri's damage is going to be so real. And without this Annie to engage anymore, the Varus will eventually come back. There's such a timer now on Kwangdong Freaks to win this fight.
Yeah, especially with the fact that Paze is just walking back from base.
He's coming.
He has to flash to get out of the way of Bulldog. And there's the Inspire. Kwangdong Freaks, they can still definitely fight this. It's 4v5. The Varus is able to walk back in. As now, there it is, Delight throws it out and the Annie is just going to fall. Young Jay has to Warrior Trickster to try and get out as Taeyoon inside the pit, unable to steal away the Drake, and Gen G just play it better.
Lack of experience here for Kwangdong really shining in this moment. You've got to push more aggressively, try to use your Ezreal poke.
Yeah, Young Jay is under half health. It's very, very scary, but he might be able to make this a 50. He gets it, he steals it! Young Jay's going to grab it, he does immediately fall as now Peanut looking for a little bit more. Kwangdong Freaks, though, they get out of there.
It does feel amazing, actually, is the Jace is not going to be, unless things go horribly wrong, having to flash in a neutral fight here as Peanut. Whoa!
Okay, well, Delight not really going to be able to offer too much here as Peanut's taking a while to die, but he will. He got the Tibbers cooldown. There you go.
Instead of forcing this because Dudu doesn't have teleport, he's going to come all the way down here. If Doran just walks away from this and gets a TP off.
Oh, if Dudu can actually win this, though, that would be absolutely huge as Doran is now in a lot of trouble. There's the flash, and Dudu manages to pick up the kill.
Aaron, while he was doing this, this is kind of forgivable, right? He gets scouted here by the plant. And look at the vision here across the top side of the map. Like, the Annie is pushing top, no one is on the Baron, but there's no great vision here for Gen G either.
It's sort of, yeah, it is really trying to do a lot of things. But also, Gen G is making some strange calls as Peanut is just walking away from some people. Chovy, Emperor's Divide as Young Jay gets delivered to him. There's the Cyclone. Jun not interested in starting off any sort of fight, though, as Young Jay getting taken down solo. Dudu now going to be here, but Shock Blasts will connect, and now Peanut has to get out of there. Taeyoon, man, when he actually does manage to get some space to do damage, he is very, very scary. And as we can see, now diving forward, Tibbers is going to connect onto Delight as Chovy goes golden. Dudu is extraordinarily squishy, but still does so much damage. Doran, can he actually create the space? The answer's no, as it's a double kill now for Bulldog. As Paze is extremely low, they're going to be able to take him down. Young Jay comes back into the fight, and there it is. Kwangdong Freaks just wipe the floor with Gen G. And they'll now walk over to the Baron, and they'll probably win the game.
Finally, we get to see the Flash Tibbers engage actually do something in one of these games, and Bulldog is getting the POG vote for me because that play from him gets the double stun, wins Kwangdong Freaks the fight and the game, and we are going to a third game here. Kwangdong Freaks with a bit of an upset win here in game 2.
Yeah.
Gen G looking very lost with this composition.
Absolutely, it was some real strange stuff. Is Delight just going to go for some supportal combat? I really like that. Just ignore him, guys, as we're just, it's mano a mano. That's what we're trying to do here is, nope, he is going to be taken down. So it's in fact Taeyoon that gets that kill as well. Kwangdong Freaks, they even out the series. There are a lot of things there. As Taeyoon, yeah, he definitely did a heck of a lot of damage. But it was auto attack. It was on hit Varus, and it was some really weird things.
I was talking about like why I liked some of the aspects of the Nautilus where you just try to weak side here and play around top. Oh, it's pretty sick though. Actually, you know, you're going to be able to match some of that. The Zoe, a little bit buffed.
It's something that we have seen a little bit in the LPL.
Great with Ezreal.
Yeah, Ezreal Zoe was. I mean that is a very old one.
I feel like the Zoe pick is not bad by any means, and if executed well, this comp has so much damage.
No, I agree.
And a great front line to boot.
I'm kind of excited to see how Kwangdong play this, just because... And his teleport's on cooldown, so it's going to be a bit rough, as Young Jay doesn't actually see this Vi doing the dragon. He's going to walk on over as okay. Peanut's going to have to get out of here. And
thanks for leash.
Say thanks for the leash. Exactly right.
THX for leash.
Oh, yes, okay. So he is able to secure it. A little bit of an early smite for Peanut. As Permafrost comes in, Delight moves on over as well, and Youngjae has to flash. Arctic Assault on cooldown, not wanting to risk it. Zeri pick pretty considerably as we can have a look at the replay here from Youngjae's perspective.
잠깐만. 우리가 먼저 와.
이거 세드 노플인데 얘들아 싸움하는 건 별로야?
나 따라갈게 그냥 라인.
일단 리셋 시켰어. 일단 리셋 시켰어.
받으면 돼.
라인 받아 먹어.
He actually charges there. It does not smite even.
여기까지도 나 이거
Doesn't
빠질게.
smite the dragon
라인 먼저
itself.
경험치 먹어야 될 듯.
Just a lot of communication there, all in one comm. As over here, we do see a potential dive setup.
Yeah,
Frost here picked up.
Peanut in position. Chovy looking to try and dive on forward. And like you were saying, Everfrost definitely getting picked up as True Shot Barrage just going to grab the kill.
First blood.
You love to see it. Taeyoon going to be able to lock that one down. And
we saw great laning. Okay, hold up. Youngjae.
All right, well, Peanut is going to be able to steal away the red and even follows him over the wall. Jun is going to be in position as Chovy wants to try and dive over, but Peanut, he's going to get taken down so low, and the trouble bubble is absolutely that. Bulldog's able to lock that one down.
Obliterated, and now Kwangna Freak's going to take this Herald. We talked about all the complexities of the fight. Well, a man advantage is one of the best ways to just simply lock this one down.
Yeah. Chovy avoids the bubble. That's important as now he's dashing on over, looking to try and grab Youngjae, who's kind of put into the bouncy castle. Can they get the kill? Yes, they can. Also, the Rift Herald is going to be secured as now Chovy in his shroud. He's trying to get that energy back. They pick up the eye, but there's the flash forward. It's a double kill for Dudu. Over the wall goes Chovy, so he's not going to be another kill, but now Pays is left to his own devices underneath this turret. And Jun is going to look to try and punish Pays as well. Cleanse is going to be used. Does still have flash available, but there's the flash forward. Jun just wants to lock down this kill as Youngjae very comfortably just hits him with his flail.
At least going to be able to get some plates here for Doran on the top side.
And Kwangdong Freaks now set up for a mid-game with Ezreal and Zoe in a phenomenal position. And if we remember anything, that is a really good sign. As Solar Flare doesn't quite hit the mark, Dominus going to be used. Dudu does go down, but so does Delight. It's a 1-for-1 as Bulldog makes his way over. And once again, it is another sleepy trouble bubble. Bulldog not interested in taking down Peanut. He sees Chovy there, wants to be able to lock him down, grabs his flash.
This turret is so low.
Yeah, okay, there it is. And Cease and Desist going to come through. There's the flash out from Bulldog, though, as he turns it and picks up the kill onto Peanut. Now Doran, he's running away, but Dudu is chasing after him, and with Slice and Dice, he's going to close the gap, and it's another kill.
I mean, this is insane. Taeyoon, meanwhile, is just pushing mid plates, and Chovy's all alone on the bottom side of the map. You know how much these guys are communicating. This is Bulldog here on the play, pulling it out. And Sleep connects, turns it. He said no flash. Stun him.
They certainly haven't. They found Delight as well. As he's going to get stunned up, Doran's like, yeah, sorry, buddy, you're dead. And look, I think Doran, in that assessment, is correct. As Solar Flare comes in. Oh, okay, never mind. The flash, and in comes Doran. They're going to try and lock him down. Delight is a god! That was extraordinary. What the heck just happened?
Have a little bit less fun now, Atlas. The chase on Delight.
As Kwangdong Freaks get the bad news that it is in there, Dudu is going to get eviscerated immediately. Delight over to the side, finds the Zenith Blade onto Jun, as it is going to be Peanut that locks down the Dragon. Solar Flare only affects a little bit onto Jun, but he should still go down as Delight. I don't know how he's doing this. I don't know what he's doing, Wolf. It's insanity, but he's surviving another time.
I love how he just doesn't even flash either. He's like, I already know. I have the calculation.
Yeah.
And Genji get the top side turret. And this is okay. This is Delight.
Look at how casual he's sitting.
Yeah. Zenith Blade through. Solar Flare after the stun with the Q. He's got one more. Just turns and Doran's like, I got the damage. Presses W.
He's just like, no flash.
Dude was like, hold on, and then he's like, oh, this is really bad.
Certainly going to help Genji get out alive. Bulldog Doran, I'm not sure about that one as Peanut dives forward. That is a very dead Jace, but now is the fight going to want Taeun is going to get sniped by Chovy. As now Bulldog, what goes up must come down. Doesn't find Chovy there as, yep, goes Golden. But I think he's still dead as there it is. Shuriken backflip comes through. Young Jay not going to survive this one either. And I began to believe, Wolf, that they were going to be able to win it. But it looks like Gen G are still just that little bit better.
Now they're going to try to group up here for Baron after they take out June here. He has no flash. He has no way out of this one. So many ways to pick him off. Give it to Pays. Give him the money on this Zeri.
Yeah, he wants to be able to get through that wall, but June's running pretty fast with that Inspire. Can be a little bit rough. Pays with that huge overshield as well. As now Quantum Freak's looking to try and get on top of him, but he gets over the wall. True Shot Barrage connects also as Solar Flare comes down, and now Chovy. It's just his playground. Taeun manages to take down Pays, but can they kill Chovy is the question. Jun goes down. That is a double for the fight. Shuriken backflip doesn't actually land. That was a shock blast. I saw the damage come in, but it wasn't.
That scared me too.
Yeah, that was a roughie.
And they're just taking this map apart now, one by one. Turrets falling, and the push in mid.
Oh, Taeun.
Oh, no.
This is real dicey. As he flashes, Chovy picks up his 7. He's tied with score now, as into the back line goes Peanut. And he's going to be able to help take that one down as well. That's another one, and sorry, Score. You're now 10th place as far as our highest kills in the LCK.
Oh man, this is a heartbreaking loss.
It is.
This is a really heartbreaking loss. You can see the frustration on the players' faces. I mean, they had a lot of control in this one. They had the miracle win in game 2, but it's just not enough.
And now Dudu, he's going to go Golden for a moment. Jun in a little bit of trouble, but feels like Quantum Freaks have run their course, but man, it was really beautifully played in the early game. This team is full of extremely young players. He is able to get that portal jump up, and now Peanut looking to wrap around, and if they can just force a fight here, Gen G are in such a good position. As Taeun, oh, he thought he was going to safety, but he's not. There it is. Perfect execution is exactly that from Chovy as they lock down the Ezreal, and if you can hard engage onto Zoe compositions, it makes things so much easier, and Gen G, they do exactly that. That's the clean ace, and that will now be the game done. Doran's already in there, and they will finish this one off. That was angry Gen G. Being brought to a game 3 against Quantum Freaks, who stole away that game number 2. It was great play from them, and they forced Gen G to play their best League of Legends in order to take it. This game was
probably going to happen this year, if not this season.
And Chovy also being able to do more damage than a Jace this game. It's actually pretty absurd. As speaking of which, I mean, like, Peanut.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jason for the PSG interview. We are here joined by Doran Chovy from Gen G. Congratulations, guys. Chovy, how do you feel about this win today? Well, today's match up against Kwangdong Freaks, we knew we were unlucky because we were facing up against Kwangdong. Halfway through the split, so we knew that they would have leveled up so much, but I'm so relieved that we won. We were on the verge of having a losing streak, but I'm so relieved that we were able to get a win today. Chovy, you actually set a new record. You actually hit 1,500 kills and more in the LCK. How do you feel about that record? Well, it didn't really hit me that hard, you know, because I was like, yeah, time flies, you know, I got so many kills, but that was mostly it. And you are going up against CV Max, your former coach, and also Youngjae, your former teammate. We had a lot of storylines going on, so what was your mindset heading into this matchup? Well, to be honest, I didn't really pay too much attention about it, you know, but still, yeah, we were really close friends, so I didn't want to lose to them, and also we lost our previous match, so I really wanted to just get a win today. What about you, Doran? Yeah, I mean, Youngjae and we are really close friends, but you know, I don't want to bring my emotions to the rift, you know, I just want to play the game, focus on the game itself, so it didn't really bother me too much. And we had the first ever meet any of the LCK. Well, I did play it in Screams, to be honest. And I was kind of flustered that no one actually plays it. So I was like, maybe Annie's not that good. But I think he actually brought kind of the best itemization and builds for Annie. So we decided to ban Annie in game 3. And you got a solo kill on Cassante as Gnar. I think that was a very decisive moment for Genji. And also playing Gnar is all about always, you know, having your Gnar bar at the right kind of spot for every team fight. Any tips on playing Gnar? I think Gnar kind of beats Cassante in the late game. So I was able to get help from Peanut early on, so I got a kill already. So it was not as hard as I expected. It was pretty easy. After losing game 2, you guys did ban that Annie in the first phase of the ban, and you also already mentioned about that Annie and its build. So how did Genji kind of feel about the Annie? What was the feedback like? I don't really think that we lost because of Annie itself, but it was pretty obvious that KDF kind of paid a lot of time in order to prep around that Annie. So we just didn't want to let them have the situation they prefer. And they kind of prepared a lot. And then we had Zoe picked up by Bulldog. Did you see that coming as well? Well, Akali was like available, and if they lock in Zoe, it's a perfect angle for Akali. So I didn't expect them to go for the blind Zoe. But at the same time, Zoe got buffed recently. Her laning phase is pretty strong, so I do also see why, you know, where they're coming from. But still, I didn't really think that Zoe is that decisive pick. Well, Zoe was controlling the lane pretty hard. So how did you kind of cope with the situation? I'm pretty much used to this Zoe Akali matchup, and I know even if I'm behind in CS as Akali's late game is way better and stronger. Zoe's laning phase is all about the luck early on because, you know, of the skill sets and stuff, but I was able to deal with the situation pretty well. Just like you said, yeah, laning up against Zoe was not that easy, but once you started to pick up kills, you were able to turn the table around. So was that the main kind of plan and theme of Genji's comp in Game 3? Well, yeah, we were like falling behind early on, but there were some mistakes that we were able to punish really hard, and we also got kind of lucky. So we were able to, you know, turn the table around. And this Sunday, we are having your first match for the second round, which is up against T1. How are you going to get your revenge on T1 this time around? I think T1 is the strongest team at the LCK currently. So we lost to them in the first round. I hope we can beat them in the second round. We will do our best in order to make it happen. And Chovy? I also think that T1 is the strongest team of the LCK at the moment. But if we prepare hard, I don't think it's impossible to take T1 down, so we will do our best in the upcoming series up against T1. Before we go, is there anything you would like to say to all the Genji fans? I know it's pretty late here, but I'm so happy that you guys all stayed with us to support us. Hope you guys get home safe. Thank you. And Chovy? Yeah, same. I'm so touched by the fact that some people are just like here for us, to support us. So I want to play up to their, you know, hope. I will always want to bring you the best performance possible. And this will be the end of the POG interview. Thank you.